people have to live in unity.
We are still in transition.
Civil society has been decimated.
Of course, we rely on media.
And I think the government has not done enough.
The international community has failed to respond.
No place in the world is perfect.
Hello viewers, I'm your host Pratiksha Mishra with another episode of South Asia Focus. Let's begin the show. As India's long election journey nears its end, the excitement of its voters can be felt in busy streets and lively neighborhoods. Foreign journalists are exploring the core of Indian democracy, capturing its rich diversity. Meanwhile, international interest peaks as foreign diplomats witness firsthand the spectacle of India's electoral process. With the final phase underway, all eyes turn towards the impending announcement of results poised to shape the nation's trajectory. Take a look.
As India embarked on yet another electoral journey, the world turned its gaze towards the bustling streets and vibrant communities that make up the tapestry of Indian democracy. Demonstrating a deep commitment to shaping the future of their nation through active participation in elections and civic duties, Indian voters are displaying a remarkable enthusiasm. Foreign reporters are energetically engaging in rallies and establishing connections with local communities, underscoring their personal encounters with India's diverse society and electoral dynamics. They highlight these first-hand experiences to emphasize the country's pluralistic nature.
Within hours of arriving in Delhi, I got straight on a flight to Varanasi to witness a rally roadshow with the Prime Minister Narendra Modi. While there, we spoke to a grand spectrum of people of all ages, all professions, all religions and none, who were all communicating to us how excited they were to be getting involved in this festival of democracy. And it can only be described as that because in the streets, it was almost like a carnival atmosphere, and it was absolutely electrifying to see this. And it was thrilling to be part of that experience. We were jostling around in the boiling 40-degree heat. I was dripping, but you know what? It was great fun, and the people have been so warming, so welcoming, and we're just so happy to be here.
India conducts its elections in multiple phases due to its vast size and population. Each phase covers different regions of the country, allowing for the efficient management of logistics and security, as well as the smooth conduct of polling. In the current electoral cycle, India's elections are being conducted in 7 phases, with 5 phases already completed successfully. Foreign nations have exhibited considerable interest in observing India's ongoing election proceedings. Their eagerness reflects the global importance of India's democratic practices and the scale of its electoral operations. Recently, a delegation comprising several foreign diplomats attended Prime Minister Narendra Modi's public meeting in Delhi.
Now we are here about 20 dignitaries from the embassies, including 6 ambassadors, to watch what is the rally like in Delhi especially, and also see what kind of programs they will have in the rally. So it's similar to Nepal, no doubt about that, but we would like to have the first-hand experience of the rally, especially that of the Prime Minister. We are proud of it. India is the mother of democracy, largest democracy in the world. So I think we are very proud of that one. And then the general election is coming. The part of it has been already completed.
The final phase of the Indian election is scheduled for June 1, marking the culmination of the nation's extensive electoral process. Following the completion of this phase, all attention will be turned towards the eagerly awaited announcement of the election results. The outcome will determine the composition of India's next government and shape the country's future trajectory. As India prepares to embrace the results of this monumental democratic exercise, the world watches with bated breath, recognizing the enduring strength and resilience of Indian democracy. The journey may be coming to an end, but the impact of these elections will reverberate far beyond the polling booths, shaping the course of history in the world's largest democracy.
Let's now talk about a Jaipur-based agrotourism venture which offers a window into the timeless charm of rural Rajasthan. Founded by Indraraj Jat and Seema Saini, this unique initiative transports visitors to traditional villages where meticulously crafted mud houses and indigenous farming practices await. Join us as we delve into the heart of Rajasthan's countryside and discover the beauty of its age-old traditions.
Within an hour's drive from Jaipur's main city area, you can immerse yourself in the authentic charm of rural life, experiencing traditions that have been preserved for centuries. A part of Green World's foundation, started by two friends, Indraraj Jat and Seema Saini in 2018, this unique low-cost agrotourism venture is inspired by traditional villages of Rajasthan. Nestled within agricultural terrain, meticulously crafted mud dwellings provide tourists with an immersive farming encounter. Constructed with the expertise of indigenous craftsmen, these houses utilize materials like mud, cow dung and specific grass varieties for roofing.
हमने ज़्यादातर जो भी चीज़ें यहाँ बनाई हैं या जो हम काम कर रहे हैं वो हमने जो लोकल आज से 100 साल पहले जो ट्रेडिशनल तरीके से जो किया जाता था उसको थोड़ा सा मॉडिफाई करके हम लोग कर रहे हैं। जैसे आप जो रूफ़ देख रहे हैं, इन हट्स की रूफ़ देख रहे हैं, ये सरकंडा होता है। तो ये सारी जो रूफ़ बनी हुई है ये सरकंडे की बनी हुई है। इसमें थोड़ा सा हमने लाइटिंग कर दिया है, फ़ैन लगाया है या कूलर लगाया है। तो इस तरीके से ये लो कॉस्ट है। हमारे जो हम उस तरीके से तैयार करते हैं सीमेंट और कंक्रीट का, उससे ये चौथाई हिस्सा भी इसमें पैसा नहीं लगता है। और टेम्परेचर की भी अगर बात करें तो सर्दियों में ये गर्म रहता है और गर्मियों में ये ठंडा रहता है।
A refreshing swimming pool, opportunities to interact with animals and the chance to savor delectable local cuisines, visitors have everything they can desire at this agrotourism farm. Ventures like these offer a unique opportunity for travelers to experience the beauty of nature and immerse themselves in the local culture while also promoting sustainability. Staying in mud houses inspired by Rajasthan's traditional villages not only provide an authentic experience but also support the preservation of traditional building methods and architecture. By participating in such initiatives, guests can contribute to the local economy and community while gaining a deeper understanding and appreciation for the environment and culture of the region.
वो जो बाहर का आएगा तो यहाँ पे जो टूरिस्ट आता है तो अट्रैक्शन पॉइंट रहता है कि राजस्थान में किस टाइप के लोग पहले कैसे झोपड़े में रहते थे, किस टाइप से अपना लाइफ सर्वाइव करते थे। हमने जो यहाँ पे जो चीज़ें रखी है, जैसे कि आप देखेंगे कि बैलगाड़ी है और ऊँट है और देसी चूल्हा है और ये जो मड हाउस बनाए रखे हैं तो पूरे देसी तरीके से जो ये देख रहे हैं यहाँ पे झोपड़ी पूरी देसी स्टाइल से मिट्टी से बनाई हुई है। तो यहाँ पे आते हैं तो ये अट्रैक्शन पॉइंट ये भी रहता है कि कैसे राजस्थान हुआ करता था, तो उनको राजस्थान का फील होता है। यहाँ हम खाने में भी देते हैं तो पहले खाने में जो बेजड़ की रोटी थी जो 3-4 अनाजों से मिलके बनती थी, चटनी होती थी जो पुदीने की होती है, मिर्ची की होती है, तो वो एक राजस्थानी मतलब उसमें आता है। चूरमा दाल बाटी हमारा यहाँ का मेन वो होता है राजस्थान का, तो वो भी हम मेन चूरमा दाल बाटी और बेजड़ की रोटी और साग चटनी ये सब हम वहाँ उनको प्रोवाइड करवाते हैं, छाछ वगैरह।
Both Seema and Indraraj are deeply engaged in contributing to rural development initiatives. They are dedicated to empowering rural women by providing them with the necessary training to become successful entrepreneurs. Green World Foundation has also collaborated with the National Bank for Agriculture and Rural Development on various eco-friendly initiatives. Additionally, it is promoting the adoption of agrotourism among farmers, encouraging them to diversify their income sources and engage with sustainable agricultural practices.
जब सीमा जी से मिले तो हमें एक लगा कि किसानों के लिए हमें काम करना चाहिए और किसानों की सबसे बड़ी समस्या उस टाइम हमें जो महसूस हुई ये हुई कि किसान एक ही क्रॉप के ऊपर डिपेंड रहता है, तो उस कई बार क्या होता है कि वो एक क्रॉप पे डिपेंडेंसी की वजह से कई बार क्रॉप डैमेज हो जाती है या कोई एनवायरमेंटल कंडीशंस की वजह से ऐसा कुछ हो जाता है जिसकी वजह से उसकी क्रॉप ख़राब हो जाती है, तो किसान की 6 महीने की मेहनत सारी पानी में मिल जाती है। तो हमारे दिमाग में आइडिया आया कि क्यों ना हम एक संस्था बनाकर और इंटीग्रेटेड फार्मिंग को हम लोग प्रमोट करें, समन्वित कृषि प्रणाली को हम लोग प्रमोट करें, जिसमें कृषि की बहुत सारी क्रियाएं एक साथ की जाती हैं जो एक दूसरे की पूरक होती हैं, जो एक दूसरे के ऊपर आधारित होती हैं।
Embracing this innovative approach, Indraraj and Seema have not only expanded their enterprise but are also fostering sustainable development in rural regions, all while offering distinctive experiences for travelers.
Time now for Asia This Week, the stories from across the continent.
On May 22nd, officials from different countries across the world offered their condolences in Tehran for the death of President Ibrahim Raisi and his companions, who died in a helicopter crash near the Azerbaijan border at the weekend. Among those who attended were Iraq's Prime Minister Mohammad Shia al-Sudani and Turkey's Vice President Cevdet Yilmaz. The death of the president came at a time of deepening crisis between the clerical leadership and society at large, over issues from tightening social and political controls to economic hardship. Raisi's body was flown from Tabriz, the closest major city to the remote crash site, to Tehran airport, before heading to the holy Shiite Muslim city of Qom. From there, it was returned to the capital to lie at Tehran's Grand Musalla Mosque, before being transferred to his hometown of Mashhad in eastern Iran for burial on May 23rd. On May 23, Japan's chief cabinet secretary said that Tokyo would directly and clearly communicate to Beijing the importance of maintaining peace and stability in the Taiwan Strait. Yoshimasa Hayashi, Japan's top government spokesperson, also told a regular press conference that it was important to work with the United States and other allies to convey their common stance over China-Taiwan relations.
台湾海峡の平和と安定の重要性について、引き続き中国側に直接しっかりと伝えるとともに、米国をはじめとする同盟国、同志国と緊密に連携しながら、各国共通の立場として明確に発信をしていくことが重要であります。我が国として両岸関係の推移をしっかりと注視していくとともに、今後ともこうした外交努力を続けてまいります。
China started 2 days of punishment drills around Taiwan on May 23 in what it said was a response to separatist acts, prompting Taiwan's military to mobilize its forces. One passenger was killed and 30 injured after a Singapore Airlines flight from London hit severe turbulence en route on May 21, forcing it to make an emergency landing in Bangkok. Footage captured by an eyewitness showed damaged overhead cabins and injured passengers being carried out by stretchers after flight SQ321 landed. Video also showed injured passengers receiving medical treatment at Bangkok airport after flight was diverted there for an emergency landing.
Moving on. Amidst growing economic and strategic ties with China, Pakistan finds itself at a crossroads, grappling with a delicate balancing act. Critics warn that China's engagement with Pakistan may not always be mutually beneficial, raising concerns over debt traps and compromised sovereignty. Despite these warnings, Pakistani politicians have maintained unwavering support for China, praising its initiative and emphasizing the importance of Pakistan-China relationship. A report.
China's engagement with Pakistan is primarily driven by its own strategic and economic interests rather than mutual benefit. There are concerns that China's financing of infrastructure projects in Pakistan, particularly through loans with high interest rates, could lead to a debt trap where Pakistan becomes heavily indebted to China. Critics argue that this debt dependency gives China leverage to extract concessions or control over strategic assets in Pakistan. There are fears that Pakistan's close relationship with China could compromise its sovereignty and independence. Pakistan may become overly dependent on China, leading to unequal partnerships and potential loss of control over key sectors of its economy and infrastructure. However, Pakistani politicians have refused to reconsider the long-term implications of deepening economic and strategic ties with China. In fact, Islamabad consistently offers praise and seeks to please China. Pakistan's Deputy Prime Minister and Foreign Minister Mohammad Ishaqdar reiterated Pakistan's unwavering commitment to China, calling it the cornerstone of the country's foreign policy as the two nations celebrate 73 years of diplomatic ties. In the interview with a Chinese media outlet in Beijing, he commended the Chinese leadership's initiatives.
China policy is the cornerstone of our foreign policy. China has been always our brother and iron-clad partner. We hope to work together for the benefit of the people of the both countries. I admire President Xi, His Excellency, having introduced the Global Development Initiative, the Global Security Initiative, the Global Civilization Initiative. And you see, after COVID, the global growth has gone down and it was a declining trajectory. I think the initiative which President Xi as a visionary leader has taken on the Global Development Initiative, it has arrested that declining trend and it is now catching up also the global development.
China has invested significantly in infrastructure projects such as the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. In Pakistan, there have been concerns about the transparency of CPEC projects, as well as their long-term economic viability and the environmental and social impacts they may have. However, Pakistani government has failed to address these concerns, including calls for greater transparency in the terms of financing and project details, as well as increased scrutiny of environmental and social impacts. Instead of reconsidering its approach to the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor, Pakistan has expressed strong support for controversial projects.
Belt and Road Initiative, the CPEC, and all these things will complement and supplement. The added advantage would be that the global SDGs, the Sustainable Development Goals fixed by the global community at the floor of the United Nations would be facilitated by the Global Development Initiative, which has been triggered by His Excellency President Xi.
Pakistan needs to thoroughly evaluate the future consequences of its growing economic and strategic connections with China. The Pakistani authorities have overlooked the importance of transparency and responsibility in their collaboration with China, notably concerning initiatives such as the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor. Pakistan has struggled to find a middle ground between capitalizing on the advantages of its association with China and protecting its sovereignty, autonomy, and domestic interests amid possible obstacles and uncertainties.
Buddha Jayanti, also recognized as Buddha Purnima, holds great significance in both Nepal and India, commemorating the birth and enlightenment and passing of Lord Buddha. In Nepal, the occasion was once again marked by rituals, prayer gatherings and cultural displays, particularly at Lumbini, the birthplace of Lord Buddha. Meanwhile, in India, where the revered Mahabodhi temple stands, numerous devotees flock to Bodh Gaya to pay homage, offer prayers and uphold the teachings of Buddha that advocate for peace and unity. Take a look. The Indian Embassy in Kathmandu, in collaboration with the Lumbini Development Trust, organized several events in Lumbini, the birthplace of Buddha, on the occasion of Buddha Jayanti. Buddha Jayanti is observed annually and it typically falls on the full moon day in the month of Vesak. It commemorates Siddharth Gautam's significant contributions to establishing world peace. The event was also widely attended by representatives from various Buddhist sects and monasteries in India and Nepal, as well as by the general public. Nepal's Prime Minister Pushpa Kamal Dahal also graced the occasion as the chief guest. Indian Ambassador to Nepal, Naveen Srivastav, and other senior officials were also present. The Nepal PM appreciated the Embassy of India and all the artists for the beautiful painting exhibition and the lively cultural program by artists from India and Nepal who showcase the shared Buddhist heritage and traditions of both the countries.
I must also express my admiration for the talented artists who have displayed their creative performance to enliven the evening and captured our utmost attention. We were excited to watch the various expressions of their talents earlier today. About our distinguished artist, I would like to say that your creativity and passion has been truly inspiring. We recognize with deep appreciation your important role in preserving and enriching our cultural heritage. Cultural events such as this is sure to play a pivotal role in promoting cultural ties and strengthening bonds of friendship and cooperation between our two countries and between our two peoples.
Meanwhile, thousands of devotees and monks thronged Lumbini to celebrate 2568th birth anniversary of Gautam Buddha, the light of Asia, at his birthplace. Nearly 100 monks, with half of them from the International Buddhist Confederation of India, held a special prayer next to the pond in the Maya Devi temple premises for world peace.
This land is especially blessed as Lord Buddha was born in Lumbini on the day of Vaisakh Purnima. Nearby, in the town of Bodh Gaya, he attained enlightenment, and he gave his first sermon in Sarnath, again not far from here. Finally, he attained Mahaparinirvan in Kushinagar. Lord Buddha's life journey and the dissemination of his teachings and message, starting from his first sermon in Sarnath, form an enduring and unparalleled bond between India and Nepal that adds to our unique relationship and symbolizes our shared heritage and values. In this context, I would also like to recall the visit of Prime Minister Modi, who had visited Lumbini in 2022 on the occasion of Vaisakh Purnima. He had then spoken about the importance of developing this shared cultural heritage together and enriching it further. During his visit, Prime Minister Modi and the then Prime Minister of Nepal had laid the foundation of International Center for Buddhist Culture and Heritage, which is progressing well thanks to the support provided by Lumbini Development Trust.
India too soaked in the festivities of Buddha Jayanti or Vaisakh Day on the full moon day of May, honoring Buddha's birth, enlightenment and death. Buddhist monks from different countries held a religious rally in the holy town of Gaya, where Buddha is believed to have achieved enlightenment, while devotees in Varanasi, Sarnath, offered prayers at the site where he delivered his first sermon. The devotees wished for world peace and well-being. This sacred observance not only strengthens religious and cultural ties, but also promotes universal values of kindness and spiritual growth.
On the sacred day, we are praying for the world to be peaceful and also all living beings be happy, healthy, peaceful, long life.
The holy lands of Lumbini in Nepal and Bodh Gaya, Sarnath and Kushinagar in India are the cradles for which the universal teachings of Lord Buddha spread to other parts of the world. The celebration of Buddha Jayanti reaffirms the enduring legacy of Lord Buddha's teachings. And with that, we come to the end of this week's episode. See you next week. Goodbye and take care.
people have to live in unity.
We are still in transition.
Civil society has been decimated.
Of course, we rely on media.
And I think the government has not done enough.
The international community has failed to respond.
No place in the world is perfect.